So just about set now. Our starter in this one, it's Walker Buehler. What do you have on him, Chris?
Well, the hammer is in effect, and he sets it up so nicely because of the velocity on the fastball. Will elevate that and then break you off when he's ahead in the count. What I love about him, you get into the later innings of the ball game, and the velocity seems to go up.
All right, ready to go here. And now for the Jays, Bo Bichette. Down the right field line, that's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
First baseman,
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That one's in there. Strike one. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., that swing so reminiscent of his dad. Lots of pop. Buehler, a righty that throws with power. 30 years old now. A former first-round pick back in 2015. Buehler turns, kicks, fires. And a foul ball.
Let's go, Walker.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and it falls. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Couple of singles back-to-back. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
First and second, no outs. Next is the DH, a switch hitter, Anthony Santander. In the dirt, and it's 1-0. Singy, maybe some nerves getting the best of him in the first?
Well, it's hard to know exactly if it's nerves or not, but he just doesn't have it right now. Those hitters on the other side, they're going to say it's nerves and use that as a competitive edge to try to jump on him even more.
Line drive, base hit. Bichette around third and headed home. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and it's 1-0. Into third, and they are rolling. Runners at the corners, still nobody out. So runners at the corners, nobody out. And the batter is George Springer. That's in there. Strike one.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
Guerrero, the runner at third. Santander at first with no outs. Battling here as he fouls it away. Buehler deals. Not close with that one. And a count 1-2.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Count full.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. On the ground, a second, might be two. Over to Story for one. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killing. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. And that's That's in there for strike one. That one drilled left field and brings it in at the wall. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. Blue Jays 2 and the Red Sox coming up. And we're back here at Fenway Park. And on the mound in this one, Bowden Francis.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
We go to the bottom of the first, and stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Off the mark there, 1-0. The wind and the pitch. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. Next pitch misses, and that's ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That one hit the knees for a strike. That's off the inside corner, and it's 3-2. To the right side. He steps on the bag. 1 gone, bottom half of the first. Check out the Red Sox lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
And first offering is fouled off. 1 out, bases empty. Next offering is downstairs.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Just missed. That one misses. 3-1. Right through there for a strike.
3-2.
One down, base is empty. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Typically, that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Springer there makes the catch, and that is that. Back here at Fenway, top of the second. And now for the Jays, Davis Schneider. Looking for his first big league hit right here. Walker Buehler will go back to work in the dirt. And that's ball one. And a strike in there.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
To third. Tosses to first, and quickly one away in the second.
Batting seventh, center fielder Miles Straw.
And next for Toronto, Miles Straw. That to right, Ref Snyder coming in on it. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. 2 away now.
Batting eighth, catcher Tyler Heineman.
2 outs, base is empty. Tyler Heineman next up for the Blue Jays. That's in for a strike.
The strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
Next pitch is outside. 2 outs, base is empty.
Nope, outside.
That's in there. It's 2-2. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Story sends it over to first. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. Blue Jays go down in order as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Back inside Fenway Park, here's the veteran outfielder, Rob Ref Snyder. Francis back to work. Fouled off down the right side. Next offering upstairs. Ed Drummond behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Maybe one of the most respected umpires around the league.
He's not the kind of umpire that you're likely to notice back there. And that can be a huge compliment, really. So if you're just kind of quietly doing your job, staying consistent with your calls, hitters, pitchers, managers, even fans, they're all going to appreciate you. Ed Drummond, he's that kind of umpire.
And misses inside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Helpful.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That's to third. Has some trouble with it. No throw, and they don't get an out on the play. Here's Story now. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And you played behind guys, and they love having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. To first, might be 2. Guerrero over to second, back to first, and that is a double play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there, completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
And now the rookie second baseman.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Swings and misses, and a count 1-1. Tapped softly on the ground. Clement over to first. That ends the inning. Red Sox go down quietly. They trail things here 2-0. Back now at Fenway. Now the left fielder, Alan Roden. First pitch doesn't find the zone. That one pushed to the left and foul. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
2 strikes.
That missed by a lot. And the count is even 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Outside, and that's ball 3. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. Singled and scored his first time. Outside low. Ball 1. Swinging a foul straight back. Bueller fires. Swinging a foul out of play. That misses. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Roden on at first. Nobody out. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Swing and a slow roller. Story. Campbell has it for 1. Over to first. Safe.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
Anthony Santander at the plate. RBI single his last time up. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Ref Snyder makes the play, and that'll do it. One left for Toronto, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Back here in Boston as we go to the last of the third. So stepping in for Boston, Romy Gonzalez. Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. And here's the catcher, Carlos Narvaez. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Called strike right there. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Swings and misses, and one out now.
We're going to take a look at the pitch sequence of that at bat, and the thing to notice are the pitch locations. Every single one of them on the edges of the strike zone, and as a hitter, that can be pretty frustrating because you don't expect the pitcher to be able to make quality pitches one after another like that. And so those are tough spots to do damage, and a great demonstration of pitch command, and it got him a punch out that time.
And here is Cedar Rafaela right through there for a strike. That misses the zone, and the count is 1-1.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
And a foul ball. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
So the Red Sox lineup turns over. Now batting Jarren Duran. Grounded out his first time up. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. Francis, keeping an eye on him.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there are certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. Here's Rafael Devers. His first at bat was a strikeout. And that's in there at the knees. Gonzalez on second. Duran on at first with 2 down. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. And George makes the grab, and that will end the inning. So they strand a pair. On to inning number 4. Blue Jays 2 and the Red Sox nothing. Back here at Fenway, here's George Springer to start it off.
George Springer.
You know, Singy, they talk about Red Sox Nation, but there is something to that because the Boston Red Sox aren't just about Boston or Massachusetts. It's that whole New England area. So you're talking about Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Northern Connecticut. There's a whole segment of the country that is locked in on the Boston Red Sox pitch to pitch throughout the summer. Clement in the box with one away as he takes ball one.
They travel really well, and I think Red Sox fans are sprinkled all over the country.
And that one wrapped foul. And that's off the inside edge. Now 3-1. Hammered, base hit. And they have their first hit since the first inning.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Man at first. So up next for Toronto, Davis Schneider. And that one is in for a strike at 95. Going one. Curve in the dirt, kicks away. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way.
One out and a runner at second. Up and in, and it's 1-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That misses the zone, and the count now even up. Runner at second here, one gone. On a line, base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with one out. So digging in, Miles Straw. He's 0 for 1. That one's in there, 0-1. Just missed.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two. Get out of this. Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Runners at the corners, one away. Top half of inning number 4. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. And there's a ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Two on, one out. Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touchdown for a hit. And it gets by him. Coming home. Not in time. He's safe as 2 runs score on the play.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Red Sox bullpen. Walker Buehler will depart, and he leaves a runner at third. So we'll see how the next pitcher deals with that when we get back.
Now pitching.
Garrett Whitlock gets the ball now.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Tyler Heineman now at the plate. Grounded out his first time. Swing and a line drive. Base hit into left field. In comes the runner from third. It's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5. Runner on at first with 1 gone. And now for the Jays, Alan Roden. He reached on a walk his first time. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. Roden goes 5 feet 11 inches, 25 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Wisconsin. And the 1-0. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. They fired in quickly. So it's first and second with only 1 away.
Back-to-back singles, just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. And that one gets past the catcher. Both runners move up on the wild pitch. And the double play is no longer in order.
Well, that could end up being pretty costly right there. They had the double play set up as a way to get out of the inning, but instead it becomes a big strikeout situation with 2 in scoring position.
Heineman at third. Roden at second with 1 away. Outside. Next offering is in for a strike.
2-1.
Sinker gets the bottom of the zone, and that's a strike. Here's a rocket out to left. Squeezes it. Runner tags for home. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across, and it's now a 6-run lead.
Good piece of hitting right there. He's thinking off the bat, that's getting down for extra bases, but nice job of the outfielder running it down, making the catch. Still comes away with the sac fly, though, RBI.
That one the other way. Hauls it in to end the inning. So it's 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left. On now to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Red Sox nothing. Bottom of the 4th, and stepping in for Boston, Alex Bregman.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out. This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine. You know, these Red Sox just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Popped up. Guerrero makes the grab, one away.
Now that is right fielder, Rob Refsnyder.
Now it's the right fielder, Rob Refsnyder. Reached on an infield single his first time. High fly ball, right field. Springer on the move. And he makes the catch. 2 down.
Now that is shortstop, Trevor Story.
Trevor Story comes up to the plate. He hit into a double play his first time up. And a big swing and a miss.
0-1.
Next offering is in for a strike.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Up the middle. Throws to first. And he has thrown 4 shutout innings. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox. They still find themselves down 6-0. We go to the top of the 5th. Now here's the switch hitting power threat, Anthony Santander. Whitlock back to work. Ball one, no strikes. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Justin Slayton up and loosening in the pen. Bernardino getting loose as well. The next offering misses, and the count is 2-0. And that's outside. Next offering is fouled back. Foul ball. That one is blasted left field towards the monster. And it's off the green monster. Around first, heading for 2. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Everything came together for him. Put a really nice balanced swing on it. And when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box. And he'll feel real good about that one.
Here's George Springer. 0 for 2 in this one. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. This to third, and that chance handled. On to first. That takes care of Springer.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. 1 for 2. First pitch misses. Santander leads off second with one gone in the inning. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
1-1.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. 2 gone now.
Really nice execution of the cut fastball right there. Similar to how you might throw a 2-strike slider, start it middle away, let it break and take over that outside corner of the plate. But sometimes with a cutter, you just don't know how much it'll move. I think he's good, and I think he was also a little lucky right there.
Schneider up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. Runner at second, 2 down. And we're at the top of the 5th. Now 1-1.
Just a little too quick on that front shoulder, front hip, front foot. Everything comes open. No way of making contact with that one.
Just missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Man on second, 2 down. And a swing and a miss there.
2-2 to count.
And he hits a ground ball right side. And that one handled. And that is the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Red Sox nothing. Back in Boston, John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5, number 28. In there at the knees, and that is strike 1.
You know, these Red Sox, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
And in foul ground, he pulls it down. 1 out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Romy Gonzalez.
Next is the speedy first baseman, Romy Gonzalez. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And that one fouled off.
Nope. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. And that's outside. Now 2 balls and a strike.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
And now 2-2. Upstairs.
We got full count.
Lifted in the air down the left side. Fair ball.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. He didn't exactly connect with this one as he met it out front, but he still put a decent enough swing on it to get it into the outfield. You know, and if you finish the swing and just extend your follow through, you're going to run into knocks just like that.
Now here is Carlos Narvaez. Right through there for a strike.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
In the dirt, but kept close.
2 is the count.
Man at first, one away. Lifted in the air, right center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. Throw into third. The tag out.
Oh, that was a great throw from right to cut him down, trying to go first to third. And such an exciting play, and it was tough to tell if he tried to push it on his own or if the base coach was waving him around. But with the ball behind you, that's when you have to rely on your coach to have a good feel for the play, and right there, it just didn't work out for him.
So, man aboard, and now here's a speed threat. Outfielder, Cedar Rafaela. Strong. Makes the catch. And that is the third out of the inning. And the Red Sox leave one. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top 6. And now for the Jays, Miles Straw. That one's in there. That's strike one. Action in the pen down there. Aroldis Chapman up and throwing. And that one is in the dirt. 1-1. In the air, right field. Ref Snyder pulls it down, and there's one down.
Now batting catcher, Tyler Heineman.
Tyler Heineman next up for the Blue Jays. Missed with a changeup, and that is ball one. Swing and a line drive and a base hit out into left center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
Now batting left field.
And next for Toronto, Alan Roden. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1-0.
Lifted in the air out to left. Duran makes the grab, and there's two down.
Now batting shortstop, Bo Bichette.
So the batting order turns over, and now it's going to be Bo Bichette. That clips the corner.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Squirts away a little bit. Bounce to the right, and that chance handled over to first, and Bichette is retired. Out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Red Sox nothing. Back here at Fenway Park, stepping in, Jarren Duran. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Ground ball up the middle. Bichette And save. He busted it down the line for that infield single.
Tough play up the middle, and everything needed to be right there. Field that, get a strong throw off to first base, and I think the speed going up the line had something to do with it as well.
Man aboard, and here is Devers. And first offering is fouled off.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve your game, but ultimately you either have it or you don't.
Tapped in front of the plate. And Devers is set down. And Chris, beyond the fact that he's so incredible defensively, he also can swing the stick. Here's Alex Bregman. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Duran over at second, one down. That misses the zone, and the count 1-2. Man at second. Swing and a miss, and he got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
2 outs. And there's a foul ball.
Now, there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if he can mix that in whenever he wants.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
All right, Singy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
Do you remember when Tim Kirkchin ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they used one of the kid-size ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze. I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun. And I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze, and it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some point or another. But, yeah, it's always a great thing to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled outfits like the freeze wears?
Nah, that would have been a little too revealing for me at this age.
I feel you. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Anthony Santander. Line drive, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. First pitch just misses. Pulls that one foul. Next pitch is downstairs. The Jays up big in this one. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Ground ball could be 2. The flip, they get 1. Out. And it's a double play to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Red Sox nothing. Nick Sandlin takes over on the mound.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Here's Trevor Story. Red Sox fans are frustrated, no question. Sandlin, 28 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2018. Check swing, and he went. And it's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Right side, hard hit. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Now batting number 28.
Now it's the second baseman. A little out front there as he swings through it. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Yariel Rodriguez, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Barnes also getting ready. 0-1. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone.
Strikes.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th.
Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
And they'll do it again. Outside low. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Guerrero makes the grab, and there's 2 away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
2 down, base is empty. And here's the first baseman, Romy Gonzalez. He's 2 for 2. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Next offering is fouled back. Ground ball left side. Sends it across to first. Red Sox go 1-2-3. This one pretty well decided at this point. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Red Sox nothing.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Aroldis Chapman.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement, 1 for 3. And it's fouled away.
A defensive swing right there. Some cheese on the inside part of the plate. Bet the hands are still stinging after that one.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And now one away.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
Schneider in the box now. No balls and a strike. Chapman, known as a guy with pretty lights out type stuff, racks up the strikeouts, but the command at times can elude him. One down, base is empty, and it's even up.
Yeah, and a manager in a situation like this type of pitcher has to stay alert and ready. He's got to make sure he's watching from pitch to pitch, hitter to hitter, to quickly get another reliever up in the bullpen if he needs to bring someone in.
And that lack of command, that's usually one of the things that leads guys to be converted from starter to reliever.
Yeah, and it's such a short stint when you compare the two roles, starting and relieving. You hope that guy can find strike one right away when he comes in.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing beatings.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
That one fouled off. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th.
That's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it.
Now batting catcher Tyler Heineman.
Tyler Heineman next up for the Blue Jays. A switch hitter batting right. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with a pickoff artist on the mound.
Line to left. And it stays fair. Duran quickly gets it back in. Lead runner to second with 2 gone. So up next for Toronto, Alan Roden. Late swing, foul to the left. Clips the corner. No balls, 2 strikes.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off-speed's probably coming.
That one misses. 2-2. Struck him out looking. Blue Jays leave a pair. They lead it, though, 6-0. And we're back. And now the catcher comes up to him. Carlos Narvaez. Sandlin back to work. That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Well, the bright side is that will help the on-base percentage a little bit, and that's a category no batter can ignore these days. OBP, OPS, well, maybe that'll ease the pain just a little bit.
Rafaela in the box for the 3rd time today as he takes that one off the plate. And that is out of play. That one misses, and a count 2-1. And downstairs, Narvaez aboard here at first with nobody out. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Three-two. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. Into the monster seats and gone. He jacks that one out to left. His first homer of the year, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 6-2. They needed that one, Singy.
Indeed they did. They've been fighting to get back into this game, and just like that, they're back in it. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Nick Sandlin won't go any further, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Jacob Barnes. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Jacob Barnes.
Back to the top of the order now. Here's the left fielder, Jarren Duran. Fastball, and he gets out of the way.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
Foul ball there. That's off the mark. Now 2-2.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
That's out to center field. Hauls it in for the out. And there's one down.
Now batting.
And it's Rafael Devers in the box. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
That clips the inside corner for a strike. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Yariel Rodriguez getting loose out there. And the slider just misses.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
Now batting. Third baseman.
Now it's Alex Bregman. There's a strike.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. And there are 2 down. And now the right fielder, Rob Refsnyder.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Just missed. Next offering is fouled back. And that one off the outside edge. The Red Sox down by 4 here the bottom half of the 8th inning. That's off the inside corner. Ball 3. Fought off foul.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Not what he wanted to do there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive and gives this offense a good chance to cut into their deficit.
First and second, 2 outs. Story getting ready to hit. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. That's to third. They take the force out. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. 2 runs for Boston on the home run. It's now 6-2. Back after this on the show.
Now pitching.
We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Brennan Bernardino. He's making his 4th appearance of the season. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Bo Bichette. As the lefty gets to work, he swings and fouls one off. And now it's even up. Swings through that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Pitch is in the dirt, and that's ball 2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Brings it in with a nice running grab. 1 away.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Vladdy, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
On the ground to third. Bregman to first. And Guerrero is set down.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground. Nice ground out.
2 outs. Base is empty. Anthony Santander digs in now. And a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit.
Now batting right fielder, George Springer.
Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, George Springer. 0 for 4 with 3 ground outs and a flyout. Swings and chases a low one there.
0-1's the count. Ball.
In the dirt, blocked. In the air, left field, down the line. And that is a foul ball. Fights it off. He'll see another. Santander, the runner at first with 2 gone.
The count.
In the dirt. Two outs. Misses outside. And now 3-2.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Got him swinging. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one left. 6, 7, 8 scheduled to start the bottom of the ninth. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Red Sox 2. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Yariel Rodriguez hasn't pitched in the last 3 days.
Number 29, Yariel Rodriguez.
Here's the second baseman.
For the Red Sox, second baseman, number 28.
And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a foul out of play.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
. 1 there.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
Out towards left center. Roden makes his way towards it. Makes the grab on the run. And there's one down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. Strong. He makes the grab. 2 away.
Now batting, catcher, Carlos Narvaez.
Last out for the Red Sox in this one. Carlos Narvaez up next for the Red Sox. That is upstairs for ball 1. Gets to it with a slide. To the bag himself and gets the out to end it. Wow.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better, makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
And your final 6-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.